hoping to help build this league. I think it's important that we have somebody involved with basketball who's been around it and understands the landscape of basketball in this country. And I'm very, very proud of the fact that they chose me to be that person. I think the fact that I'm a professional teacher helps a lot. I think the fact that I've coached and been involved at every level that this country has is very important. And that I understand the landscape nationally, but also internationally. So being involved, there's very few of us that I think they've been involved in every part of basketball in this country, from different age groups right up to the professional level, and ultimately the NBA. So I think I've covered all those areas, and I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, you know, you look at different generations. When I grew up, I was one of the freaks who wasn't playing hockey. And now it's the most inclusive sport in Canada, participation-wise and fan base-wise. Now kids can dream of going to the NBA and see other Canadians already there. Kids can dream of playing professional basketball and see that other people are already there. Dreams that we had that never thought that could happen, they're happening. And they're happening all across the country, from kids, you know, from big cities and small towns, from different communities. It's so important. But I think the key part of it is the inclusiveness of it. To me, that is the one thing that has changed, because it's the one sport that, in most cases, both your mom and dad have played it at some level, be it in in gym class. So I think it has grown, and people have taken it, and it's part of our culture now. It's part of our landscape. If you look at our league, if you look at what's happened this summer, watching university sport teams dominate big-time Division I programs, the talent level in this country is so good, and it's being identified. And people have worked really hard in different organizations at identifying the talent. People are growing up wanting to play basketball, and particularly professional basketball. We're going to give them an outlet to play professional basketball in front of their family and friends and people that have recognized them for a long time. That's important. You're going to see players trained in U Sport schools. You're going to see players trained in NCAA schools. You're going to see players with professional experience, players with national team experience. We're talking about, it's going to be in a situation where people are going to compete heavily to be here. So they will see faces that are, important to their local community. They're going to see players, because our country's so vast, that they've heard about, but they haven't had a chance to see. And so now I think we're going to deliver that to them. Well, my part is basketball. That's the part that is, that's what they've got me here for. And I just want to make sure that, that I'm a first point of contact for coaches and general managers. Help bring talent here, help identify some talent, but also to spearhead, our FIBA play. It's the rules that dominate this country. It's important because it's a world game, and we're going to be playing by the world rules. And I think that's important. I think it's important that we associate ourselves with our governing bodies, both nationally and internationally. I think it's important that we have connections with youth sport, with NCAA, with the NBA, the NBA G League. All those things are areas that I've had some contact with. So I'm hoping to be the person that liaisons with all those groups and communities. Well, most players who play professionally outside of the NBA and the G League, are playing FIBA rules. And so this now you can measure apples to apples. And a lot of the players in our league won't be just playing in our league. They'll be playing in other leagues come different times of the season. So it's a good measuring stick, but it's the rules of the world. And if you look at the NBA rules and the FIBA rules, they're grouping themselves closer and closer together. But the 4 10-minute quarters, that 2-hour time slot, the game is faster. You have to think the game on the floor. So therefore, if you have to think on the floor, you have to do a better job of teaching and coaching. And those are thoughts that players have had developing themselves into FIBA players. Players will appreciate being FIBA trained. It gives people a stage not just to get further work, but a stage for them to show themselves off to the national program. These windows of opportunity now that you have at the national level, we're looking at a huge pool of talent. And so players, most Canadians will tell you, a lot of their dreams are not just to play professionally, but to wear, the Canadian flag on their chest. And we'll give more opportunities for those players to be seen.